Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Urban Dunya, I'm Tim Blight. This time coming to you from Baghdad in Iraq. I'm here on the last day of my ziyarat, religious pilgrimage around Iraq. And although Iraq might not be the world's #1 tourist destination, there are things to come and see here, and in this video I'm going to try and show you some of them.
So Iraq is not the world's easiest tourism destination, but if you're interested in coming here, there are two main areas that interest most visitors. The first is where I traveled recently, which is the central region from Najaf through Karbala and Hilla to Baghdad, and north to Balad and Samarra. This area is filled with Muslim shrines and sites with historic and spiritual significance. It's a bit of a pilgrimage trail, especially during the Islamic months of Muharram and Safar, which are currently falling between August and October. There are other interesting places here though. Baghdad is an interesting insight into daily urban life in Iraq and is home to a fabulous museum that I unfortunately missed on my last visit there. To the south of Baghdad, there are more historic sites like Babul, which is the site of the historic Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Unfortunately, there's not much left there, but the historic significance can't be denied. And the birthplace of the Prophet Abraham, known as Ibrahim in the Islamic tradition, nearby the ruins of an ancient Zoroastrian temple. The other region of Iraq, which is attracting streams of happy travelers, is Iraqi Kurdistan, to the northeast of the country. This is home to the de facto regional capital of Erbil, a pleasant city with a long history, and it's a center of Kurdish culture. The landscapes nearby are also spectacular and responsible for a tourism boom which is currently occurring in this semi-autonomous region. Unfortunately, I haven't been to Iraqi Kurdistan, but it is definitely on my list of places to go in the near future. As for the question of safety, most foreign governments still strongly advise against traveling to Iraq due to what has gone on in the past 15 years, things which, it should be said, many of these governments are largely responsible for themselves. However, these warnings tend to be quite alarmist, and millions of pilgrims travel to Iraq every year, and thousands more casual tourists. Across Iraq, you will see lots of security personnel, but there are many more in certain parts of the country than others. For example, in Najaf, Karbala, and from what I've heard, Iraqi Kurdistan, there are not a lot, while in Baghdad, Balad and Samarra, they are much more visible. Iraqi Kurdistan is attracting a lot of attention for its stability and potential as a tourism destination, and several high-profile bloggers and vloggers, as well as ordinary travelers, have gone there and come back raving about their experiences, and safety hasn't really appeared to be a major concern for them. As for central Iraq, pilgrimage time is a great time to visit, not just for the spectacle, but also in terms of safety too. As one of millions traveling to the same place, the chance of something going wrong is much slimmer. At other times of the year, you might do well to book with one of the many tour groups or even an out-of-season pilgrimage group to make things a bit easier. Central Iraq is not the war zone that it was back in 2004, but it's not as stable as it could be either. And beyond the services provided to religious pilgrims, tourism infrastructure is very limited. However, Iraq is a rewarding destination and one that is truly fascinating for its cultural, religious and historic heritage, and it's a place that I believe we'll be hearing more about in the world of tourism in years to come.
And that's all from Urban Dunya for this time. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.